Okay, so graph, right? Why not? So I'll grab different color than black because it will be graphing. Black on black would look a bit too tricky to see. So to cook rice, the number of cups of rice, the number of cups. So it's something to do with graphs, real life graphs, right? So somehow using real life graphs, and then we see what else. Maybe it will be more specific thing. But for now, what I see, real life graphs. That's our topic. That's our 1, 2, 4 mark question. This is 4 marks. Okay. So to cook rice, the number of cups of rice to the number, another ratio, cool, right? Ratios everywhere. To the number of cups of water is 4 to 5. So I would do that without even reading the questionnaire because I was like, let's draw it on the graph. And they actually say, use this information to draw a graph. So fair enough. To show the relationship between the rice and water for cooking the rice. So number of cups was rice X, rice, they say it all here, rice X. And then water, Y, water, good. 4 to 5. So rice on the x-axis, 4. Water on the y-axis, 5. Where do we meet? Here. Cool. And ta-da! My graph. Because it makes sense that for 8, we can double check, I should probably use 10 cups, right? So 8, 10, 4, 5. If I use no rice, I use no water, makes sense. 0, 0, right? And that's my part A, which is 2 marks. Cool. 2 marks for nothing. So just join the line. Right. So now find the gradient of the line drawn part A. So now we're talking about what? Gradients of lines. So we're stepping more into actual specific types of graphs, which is straight line graphs and their gradients, right? So yet another topic to refresh, think about, practice if needed. So gradients of lines. That is, for example, if I go 4 steps on the x, then I go upwards 5 steps on the y. That's my 1 mark. That's it. You can change that and say this is 1.25 because I think that's in the mark scheme as a decimal, but you can absolutely just use the fraction 5 over 4. That's it. And that really is given steps on the x, that's the bottom part of the fraction, and then the corresponding steps on the y, right? So super easy to read from a graph. You just need to have the knowledge. So if you don't, now you know what you need to refresh in, maybe learn or relearn, right? Because it's so quick and easy thing to do otherwise. Your 1 mark is in a pocket, like nothing. Okay. Explain what this gradient represents. Again, some explanation. So I'm gonna do the thing again to copy the actual explanations instead of like typing it there and wasting time typing and writing for a lot of typos because I'm trying to type quickly. So basically, again, this is just 1 mark question. So we want to just say something like, I would say what it means. Well, again, I would probably just say something what I'm just saying here straight away. I was just about to say something very similar. How many cups of water I need per like a given number of cups of rice. So even ideally, in this case, this specifically therefore tells me how much water I need per 1 cup, right? Because if I simplify this, this is basically 1.25 over 1. So over 1 cup of rice, I need that many cups of water, 1.25 cups of water. So the number of cups of water per 1, I would put the 1 there, per 1, oops, not that way, per 1 cup of rice. That's maybe how I would say it. Not really the mathematical explanation. That's not what they want. They want more like wordy way. What this means, well, I need that much water per each cup of rice. That's like so super easy to explain it. So I would not gonna say into much further options. If a bit different wording works for you better, see what like some ideas of acceptable examples and what you shouldn't be really saying. So anything about so this, if it represents, you need to say a really specific thing. That's the thing. That's like the key word. Not like what it means in general, but this specific gradient represents you need that much water per that much rice. Okay. Right, moving on, right? Don't see any questions. So next one.